Do you all have similar issues like I do when it comes to your center console or armrest getting wrinkly? Well, today we're going to show you how to fix that. First thing you're going to need is all your tools. So we're going to go ahead and grab our heat gun, obviously, because we need to get all the glue nice and soft that's holding that cover on. You're going to need some kind of clamp, C-clamp, something that pinches stuff together so you can hold it in place while the new glue dries. And obviously you're going to need a new type of adhesive, whether it be Gorilla Glue or just regular super glue. It's up to you totally. I like the spray glue because it seems to work the best. And then of course, flat tip screwdriver or something that you can use to pry up on the leather that's already stretched over the armrest. So let's get to it. So here's our center armrest. As you see, there's all kinds of stupid wrinkles in it. So what we're going to do is we're not going to remove the whole thing because obviously this part is already glued down nicely. So we'll spray some spray adhesive in here, that Gorilla Glue. We'll stretch it and then we'll glue it back up on the edges and it should stay from there. But it's the same concept if you want to remove the entire thing, or if you buy a new one, you just remove the whole thing, spray it down, stretch the leather over, fold it underneath, and then you're going to go ahead and glue it around the edges and the whole thing actually, and then use some C-clamps or something around the edge to hold it in place until it dries. So you see this hardware right here. We're going to go ahead and remove this hardware. And I only got this one when I bought the car, so I just popped something in that fit right here. So you should have two of these black ones here. As you see, there's two screws, hex screws here. It looks like, well, star pattern. I only received this one when I bought the car. I just threw something random in here to hold it. So you should have two of these, but we're going to go ahead and remove these and we'll get back to you at the workbench. So as it turns out, I did get the screw and it was hiding down there this whole time. So yeah, now I'm in a lot better shape to do this the right way. So I have an extra screw now for no reason, but yeah, this is what I ended up using to get those out. So I have a set of those. So she's out now. Let's go ahead and get the wrinkles out of this thing. All right, once you have the armrest off, we have to remove these little rubber grommets so we can get to the same screws that we used to remove this thing. And those are the little star ones. So remove these little rubber grommets, use your fingernails or a small flat tip if you need to, and then you can access those. And then remove them. There's 6 of them all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know why this thing is melted, by the way. When I bought the car, I guess it was already like this. Somebody must have tried to repair it with the armrest still on, and they didn't do a very good job. So it doesn't matter anyway. This is what matters. So let's get to it. Once you have the rubber grommets off, go ahead and kick them off to the side and start removing your hardware. Once your hardware is out, you can put it aside. Got a little magnetic bowl there, and then I just throw everything in there. Okay, once you get the rubber grommets off and all the hardware, and you have it in your little bowl, go ahead and bend this little tab down. Get this plastic off. You set that aside. And then you're going to have some more plastic parts. This whole thing is going to come out as one assembly as such. Go ahead and put that aside, and now you have all this leather, or I guess faux leather, to deal with trying to peel off. However, like I said before, I'm only going to peel off this one part right here because I'm going to spray under here and get all this stuff. I could take this whole thing off and spray with the spray glue, but that would just take a whole lot of time trying to get all this off. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply heat to this area here, and we're going to start prying this up. Now be careful with this mechanism here, because if it comes undone, it's a real pain to get back together. And yeah, all right, let's do this.
step into the unknown.
When you're using your heat gun, make sure you don't hold it in one spot for too long, otherwise you'll blister the leather or actually burn a hole right through it. And of course, when you put the heat gun down, it should go without saying, make sure you don't put it next to anything flammable or anything that the tip is going to melt through, because that metal tip is really hot. Alright, once you've got it heated up enough, go ahead and start prying on it a little bit. Hear the glue tearing a little. Careful not to push the screwdriver through the leather. Okay. Alright, so once you have enough of it up that you want to spray, this is the part that's wrinkly, obviously, because it's not stuck down. The rest of it is all nice and solid. You can hear it tearing there a little bit from the foam inside. So we're going to go ahead and spray up in here and flatten it out, and let's see if this works.
A few moments later.
Okay, once you've sprayed it down, go ahead and clamp down the edges after you've stretched it nice and tight. And it should be nice and perfect afterwards. If not, you can add a little bit of heat to it and, you know, stretch it some more. Well, if your little button does actually come off, you can put it through like this, okay? And then once it's all the way down, there's two little notches that this slips into, clicks into place, and then it goes like that. Alright, gonna put this last plastic plate back on. And it just slips in like that. And then last two little screws. And then we're all done. We just put the little rubber grommets back in, and she's looking a lot better. Some of these little wrinkles right here, they're glued down, but they'll come out over time with the weather, and you know, depends on how hot you keep the cabin of the car. So, and rest your elbow on it. So that's just glue bumps, I guess you could say, under there. All right, as you see, we're all done. Those hideous wrinkles are all gone, and she's looking better than ever. Please tune in for our next few videos, as we'll be installing an AFE cold air intake, as well as a set of Texas Speed long tube headers and catted X pipes, and a few cosmetic modifications as well.